guys, welcome back to Steffi Creates, or welcome to Steffi Creates. Today we are going to be doing some sun catchers. Do it yourself. Mine are going to be holiday themed in pastel Christmas. I have started this project already, and a lot of people said they would like to see the whole video, every bit and every piece, so you can grade along with me. Well, the original ones did get messed up. So, as you can see, they are messed up. Yes, I've learned from my mistake. So, here's another one. They are destroyed. So I can't use these. I can't gift them. I can't sand them down. If I sand them down, then I'm just sanding everything off. So I can eventually sand them down and reuse them, but I can't save them. Yeah. So that's a little disappointing, but I learned from a mistake, and we will go over that when we get to that point. So you guys don't make the same mistake I did. All right. So to start off, you will need what I have here. What I have here is the 3-inch clear disc. It does come with a hole on one end. Well, for my project, I need a hole on both ends. So we will go over that. I have my drill here to do that. The other supply you will need for this project is your paint. So for my paint, I have Pink Chevron and Ocean Breeze. So those are the two colors I'm going to use. I've also cut out my vinyl, which I'm not sure where I put it right now. Here, actually, I think it's right here. Yes, so I got a couple different projects in here, but I have my vinyl cut out. I haven't finished weeding it out yet, but I have my vinyl. It's all set and ready to go. But before I can even get to the vinyl, I gotta paint and do all that stuff first. So you will need a vinyl. You will need your circles. You will need like a hand drill. Your paint, whichever paint you want to use. The other thing I used is this hologram mega glitter. Is the other thing I'm going to use on this project. The other thing you're going to need on this sun catcher project is you're going to need a wind chime hook so that it can, like with the swivel, so that it can swivel. You also, your choice, doesn't have to be these exact crystals, but you're going to want some crystals. Various sizes, shapes, whatever. You can use beads. They're just chandelier crystals are what I'm using. I had got them from a previous job, so I'm using them for this project. And then you also will need eye pins for this project as well, which you will see that later on. So, oh, and the other thing you're going to need is resin. You can use UV or you can use regular resin. I'm going to use regular resin again because UV needs to shine through, and if you've painted the whole thing almost like I did, then you're going to need regular resin. And you also need some washable school glue. It could be Elmer's, it could be whatever. I have a big jug of Elmer's over by my resin, but this was closer, and I didn't want to bring that big jug over. So we will be using this as well. All right, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and we are going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so to do my extra hole, what I did was I grabbed a permanent marker. Hold on, I don't have my permanent marker out. Okay, grabbed a permanent marker, took my little T-square, kind of lined it up, and put a dot about where I want it. Okay. So again, take a T-square or something with a straight edge so that you can kind of get it where you want it. And keep the protective coating on while you do this. Okay, so that's what you will do. And then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I have all the my dots ready to go. I grabbed a drill. The drill, I wanted to make sure that was kind of similar in size to this. So I grabbed this drill bit. And then you're just going to put it on the hole. And yes, it's a little hard at first. So you're gonna do the lowest setting first. And then do the higher setting. It does have a hard time going through this plastic, but it does go. Sometimes you have to actually go to the other side. Oops, sorry. Go to the other side and do it. My drill probably needs to be charged. There we go. So this is why you keep the protective coating on. But anyway, there's my hole. It's smaller than this one, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be the same size. I just need another hole. All right, I'm going to do the rest off camera and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, so I have finished drilling. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take one side off, leave the other one there. So after you take, I'm going to do the other ones off camera. I'll just do this one. After you take it off, grab your first color. My brushes, my paint's drying out. And you're going to paint your color. You're probably going to need a couple coats. But just kind of just paint it. You can paint the whole thing if you want, or you can just paint part of it. And then you're going to let that dry. And then we'll go from there. So after a couple coats and they're dry, I'm going to go ahead and do the Mega Glitter hologram Mod Podge. And I'm just going to brush it over all 6 of them. And I am using a Mod Podge brush that I bought a while ago, and I was like, well, I bought it, might as well use it for it. And it works very well. It looks better than a regular paintbrush, actually. I think it's because it's short. I mean, you can use a regular paintbrush, you don't have to use this brush. I bought it forever ago, so might as well use it. I saw a hair, and now I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. I'm just gonna brush that into a tissue or a paper towel to get that out. It's like a little hair. Right, and then once you have that all brushed on, you're just gonna let it dry, and once it dries completely, we'll do the next step. Okay, so they are dry. So I got my words that are going to go on this side. Grab my transfer tape here. Maybe. My hands are so dry. Okay. got my word here. Stick it on. One down. And 5 more to go. So I'll do a piece one for you. And then the other ones I'll do off camera. And then we will come back and see them and do the next step. Put a piece on this one. Alright, I'm going to do those and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all 3 sets done. So maybe I'll do that. 3 sets done on the one side. We still have the protective film on the other side. Again, you can choose any words that you guys want. These are just the words I chose since these are going to be a pastel, Christmas, suncatchers. And I did end up using, on the first one I did, I used the Cricut hologram vinyl, and I'm not really a fan of it. It is a removable vinyl, but it does not stick very well at all. I get it that it has to be removable, but yeah, I'm not. Here's the difference. They look exactly the same. This is the Michaels Make Market. It worked very well. Stuck very well. Easier to weed out. I absolutely love this. I actually really like this brand, so I might buy the Michaels Maker brand from now on. It is cheaper. And I just realized I did that totally crooked. So I'm going to fix that and then we'll go into the next step. Okay, I fixed it the best I could. And next we're going to, so you want to do, so you don't make this mistake like this. I'm going to try and do it this way instead. So we want to put dome resin on the top of these. We're not doing the back yet because as I found when I did it before, the paint got scratched, started peeling. It was just a nightmare. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip these over. And I saw this on a video. Can't remember her name, but I will have her link down below if you want to check out her videos. This is where I found it from. But you want to use Elmer's glue or any kind of washable school glue. So basically what you want to do is put the school glue, and then she mentions another thing that you can use, but you're going to put the school glue on the back as thick as you can get it. And I'm using this brush. So get it as thick as you can get all over. Because what will happen is any runoff that you have of the resin, once it's cured, you can pull the school glue off, which probably would work with just the plastic that I kept on the back, but I didn't want to chance it. So I'm using the school glue. So, you know, cake it on there as good as you can get, as thick as you can get. This is actually leftover glue from another project, so it's been sitting for a while. So it's kind of thick. I did have it covered so that I could reuse it because I couldn't get it back in the bottle, obviously. So I just covered it with cling wrap and called it a day. Alright, so again, just cake it on there. Nice and thick. And then you're going to let them dry. And then once they are dry, you can flip them over, put the resin on the side that you want to dome. just got some glue on the front, but that's okay. We can get it off. And you don't want to miss any spots with the glue. Just a quick tip when you're doming your resin, you want to make sure that you help the resin get to the edges. I am using a self-leveling resin, so it should self-level once I have it all spread out to the ends of the piece. Just wanted to add that in there for you as a little tip. Alright, so we have domed the one side, as you saw us doing. So now, oh, well, that one didn't dome all the way. Well, that's unfortunate. This one I am actually going to redome before I take this off. So this one will be done later. But for the purpose of this video, let's just go ahead and do these ones. So these ones are domed perfectly. Love them. Now, to take the glue off, you just pull it off like that. And then it takes all the overflow resin with it. But this does have the protective coating still on, so I'm going to take that off. What is that? Okay, and now that's why I got the wax paper, so I can place them down on a clean surface, because you can see my desk is a little messy because I am doing other projects at the same time. So anyways, so if you didn't have the protective coating on, you just gotta find where the bubble is on the glue, and then the glue will just come right off. Like that. And then I'll show you on another piece. This piece has overflow resin right here. It does have glue on it. So I'm just gonna kind of work my way through getting this glue. And then, as you can see, the overflow resin came off with the glue. Gives you a little bit better perspective. So here you are with your domed on one side. Make sure you put it on like a protective surface so you don't scratch them. Grab your other color, which my color is this pink chiffon. So shake it up. And then I'm going to grab my paintbrush, which I think I put them away. Either I put them away or my girls have taken them places. Alright, we'll just use this one. So I'm just going to paint my pink chiffon. So now that the painting is dry on all 6, I'm going to take my hologram mega glitter. Don't know why I just said it funny, but hey. Alright, so put it on my brush, and I'm just going to do that. So it's basically the same thing we did to the other side, just doing it to this side. So you're going to do that to each one. And then you're going to let it dry. And then once it's dry, you put your vinyl. Okay. Okay, sorry. My desk is a mess right now. I'm working on so much. Okay. And if you've seen my short, you know I'm working on a couple things. Anyway, so these are dry. So I'm going to do like I did last time. I'm going to pull off invisible stuff. No, just kidding. I'm going to use my transfer tape and put my words on. I gotta make sure peace and love. So that one's, So I'm gonna, I'm gonna do, so I don't mess up. I'm gonna put all the pieces down here and all the joys up there. So I don't mess anything up. Alright, I need my thingy. Hold on one second. Alright, I have my thing. Oh man, I scratched it. I wanted to get it more in the center. Oh well. This is not working. Okay, so I have all of them ready to go. And again, remember, take your time. Do not skip any of these steps, because if you skip any of these steps and rush it like I did on my first one, you're going to get these very crummy looking, ugly pieces of mess. And you don't want that. Like, why? And you have to do it all over again. So again, do not skip any of these steps. Okay, so you have your vinyl on. Now you're going to flip them over to the resin side. You're going to wipe them clean. There's something on this one. I don't know what that is. Okay, anyway, so you're going to flip them over. Then you're going to take your glue and your foam brush. And you remember what we did to the other side? We're going to do the same thing to this side, because we do not want any runoff. That's why you do not skip. Because if you get runoff, this side's ruined. And you have to start over. You can't sand it. I mean, you can try to sand it down, but you're going to sand off your vinyl. You're going to sand off your paint. and it's just going to be a hot mess. So do not skip this step. And do not rush it like I did. It was a nightmare. So anyway, because these gifts would have already been out and mailed. But I had to rush. So remember, cake it on there. Cake that glue on there. So these are done curing on the one side. I have not pulled off the glue yet. I wanted to show you this guy right here. He overflowed. But you know what? I grabbed this and it came like right off. And it's like perfect. Except I set it down on my thing and now I see some crap. Anyways, so it comes off like perfect. So I'm gonna clean that up. But anyway, so I wanted to do one on camera. So you just gotta get pieces of it. Remember, as a kid, you'd put glue on your hand and peel it off. Same concept. Look at that. All done. And none of them are ruined. So that's the best thing. Same thing. Just peel it off. And I'll probably take a towel to this because I think that's just glue residue. Anyways, I'm hoping it's just glue residue. So okay, it just comes right off. And then you don't have that overflow. I don't know what I did with the ones that overflowed. Here's one right here. Overflowed. So I'm gonna go up here. Kind of pull it back to get me started. And look. It comes right off. There's a little bit still right here, but I'll get it off. Comes right off. And this one also has the overflow right here. I'm hoping I got the glue all the way through, because that would be the only thing that would keep it. Yep, all the way off. And it's perfect. The resin did kind of cover up the hole I drilled, so I'll just have to re-drill that, but that's okay. So that's how they look, and now we're ready for the next step. Alright, so now that we have all of our pieces, they're not perfect like I would want them to be, but apparently when I did the resin, there was something funky. I don't know. I tried to sand them down and reseal them. It's still there, so they're not to my standards, but I'm very picky. So anyways, so this is what we'll be doing. Here is the sun catcher crystal. So it rotates, and then you have the top and then the hook. So that is half of a set. So I've already done all of these. I left one to do on camera so that you guys can see how I did it. So we will, and then I didn't connect them all. I only connected one. So I'm just going to show you how to do one of the strands on camera, and then I'm going to do them all off camera. But I'll show you the one set I have finished, which I have half of it done now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an eye pen. So whatever color you want to take. What I did is stick the eye pen through, bend it, so you have like a loop. And I probably bent that way too much. Let's see. That's about right. Okay. And then I'm going to grab one of my beads here, stick it on. And then where I want it to loop, I'm going to bend it there, stick it through the hole, and then, yeah, I did that one too close. So try that again. So let's bend it actually a little lower. So then we got this here. So move that down if you can't see. This is where it was originally bent. Now it's bent down here. So go back to where I wanted. Okay, let me straighten that out. So if you make a mistake, you can fix it. So don't be worried about that. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to grab this and stick it through the hole. And then grab the end with my pliers and bend it. So now I have extra slack on the end. So I'm just going to take my cutters, cut that little piece off, grab my flat pliers and bend it to touch like that. So I hope I did that on camera. Sorry guys, get closer to me. So, I mean, I'm going to be doing it a few more times so you'll see it. Alright, same thing. Go through your hole, bend your end. So least knot here, longest part here. Grab your bead. Grab your pliers, your rounded pliers. Bend it. That's where your bead's gonna sit. And then you're gonna take the end here, feed it through, and then bend it. So you see I have all this slack here. So I'm gonna chop. And I'm gonna bend. Still have too much on there, but that's okay. So there's your bottom part. So what I did is I did the bottom part and then I did the top part so that I could just put this in the middle. So we're gonna go ahead and do the bottom. This is what the bottom looks like. So what I did was I grabbed one of these, put it through, one step looper, made a loop, and I reused the wire for the other bead, because this one doesn't have 2 holes. So there we go. This one has 2 holes, so I won't do that with that one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this bead, do the same thing I did on the bottom part, get to a good spot there and bend it. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that these loops are closed. Okay, so now it's closed. Then I'm going to slide this bead on, and where I want that to sit, I bend the wire, put it through the hole, and I'm bending my wire more. Okay, I need a bigger loop here. Not a bigger loop, but lower loop. Okay. So you see it going through. Sometimes you just have to pinch the wires together, and then I'm going to grab that and loop it around. Grab these pliers to mush it down. Like so. Then we gotta do it again for that. That's why I said I'm going to be doing it a couple times for you. Again, put your eye pin in, and you have to get really strong eye pins for this. Like, this is a strong gauge of wire. I'm not sure what gauge it is. I just know it's a high quality eye pin, not cheap eye pins that you get from like Temu or whatever. I'm not sure where I got these ones, but they are high quality, thick, heavy duty wire. You could also make your own with the one-step looper and grabbing your own gauge wire. So what I just did is I just made sure that this was closed. I put the bead on, and then where I want this to bend, I bend it, and then I push it through the hole. So you gotta pinch your wire down sometimes to get it to go. Then once you get a hold of it, let's see. I know it's in there. I might need to give myself a little bit more slack, but I don't think so. There we go. Got it. I'm gonna bend that up. Grab my flat pliers to kind of close it. Like so. There you have that part. Now you want to do the part into the hook. So this is like a swivel, and that's what I wanted, so that it can swivel around. Okay, so do this one. It's a little different. So I'm going to start with the top part. I'm not sure which cat that is, but they're playing with their toy, so sorry about that. Alright, so then you're going to bend it, like so. Grab your bead, put it on, and again, grab where you're going to bend it, or where you want your bead to sit. And then you gotta pull this back, so you put it in the hole. And then bring it over. Now this one I have extra, so I'm just gonna go in here and cut that down. And then grab my flat pliers and close it. So now you have your top. Okay. So now we have this guy. So you want this to go in between, right? It was Luna, by the way. She just came over. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the big piece. Actually, so I have a complete set here. We're going to take this piece, and we're starting on the bottom. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bend, grab our bead, and then wherever you want that bend to be, all right, and then grab your wire, pull it over, oh my gosh. The joys of living in an apartment complex. Car alarms going off. Okay. So there it is. Perfect. Now we want to do the top part. So we're going to do the same thing. Typically, I did this one a little different. Typically, like on this one, I did that the same way too. Oh well, it doesn't matter, I guess. But usually you want to have these all go in the same direction. So that was my bad, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. All right. So bend your wire. Bend where you want your loop. Oh, don't forget to put your bead on there before you bend. And then push that through. It's a little bit more difficult when you have all these other things dangling, but it's doable. So I think I have too much, so I'm gonna trim that down. Probably too much trim, but hey, it still works. All right, so there you go. There's your sun catcher. So here are both of my set of sun catchers. There's the joy in the piece and all in love. Oops. So thank you all for being with me on this project. First time making it, just came to mind and I wanted to do it. Just had some issues with resin. I also think that the issue with the resin was the temperature of me using the temperature of my apartment while using the resin. So, but anyway, they turned out really pretty. I cannot wait to gift them. All right. Thank you all for watching. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.